Hello and good morning. My name is Alan, and this is my honor to open the final round of Lincoln Douglas debates from the thinning ranks of our advanced debate class. Today, I will be representing the affirmative side against good Sir Michael Filiano to affirm the resolution, resolve that the public education system is wasting its resources on students who cannot reach success. All from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Wasting is defined as to use carelessly or inefficiently. Resources is defined as computable wealth or a source of information or expertise, and success is defined as a desired outcome or goal. According to President Barack Obama, the goal of the U.S. public education system is to provide a world-class education that is the single most important factor in determining not just whether our kids can compete for the best jobs, but whether America can outcompete countries around the world. In other words, this means affirmative duty in this debate is to prove that there is a distinct possibility that the public education system can use its money, time, and other resources more efficiently and effectively to provide this education for students who have a better potential of reaching success. For this debate, it has been agreed on that the high school setting would be the primary focus, as it is extremely hard to evaluate a child's success potential in lower grades. It is the affirmative's belief that the resolution stands true because students who don't care about education are very unlikely to succeed. The education system should reward students who work, and that those who cannot succeed will end up hindering students who can. First, if a student simply does not care about education, no matter how much time or money is thrown at the student, little will change the student's chance of success. No matter how good the teacher is, if the student sleeps through the entire class, the teacher might as well have lied down next to the student and took a nap as well. If a student has spent around 14 years of his or her life learning one way or another, and around 10 of those years in an education-oriented environment, and still fails to realize the importance of education, then it is no fault of the education system, but it is the fault of the student. These kids who are considered young adults at this point make their own decisions regarding their own future and should be able to choose whether or not to take advantage of the education opportunities for themselves. A wise man once said, "You can't fault a person for being stupid, but you certainly can for being ignorant." The students who try but fail are different in this case based solely on the fact that success is a huge possibility, even though it might take longer, whereas students who give up give absolutely no effort and waste everybody's time. This brings up my second point, which is that the people who work should be rewarded. As crazy of an idea as this sounds, students who show interest, who give effort, and who have motivation deserve more attention, which is clearly not in our current system. With the installation of George W. Bush's No Child Left Behind Act in 2001, every single student must reach a proficient score on a standardized test by 2014. With this act, the students who have reached a proficient or better score receive no added incentive to achieve better success. Better scores, while students who do not give effort will perpetually exist below this mark and continue to waste the resources that could be used on students who actually appreciate them. Alabama State Superintendent Joe Morton agrees that with many other education officials that this act has many fallacies due to the fact that these goals are completely unrealistic and expects all students to be above average. All this does is hinder the success of other students, which leads to my third point. Ironically, in today's system, the people who actually value education are the ones being left behind, not by their peers, but by the rest of the world. By integrating students of all skill levels, the pace of the classes is considerably slower because it can only move as quickly as the slowest person in the class. Given that students who do not care will always slow the class down, we should not let students who want to learn be punished by those who don't. Very prevalent in the big cities, these schools fail to separate these students and end up pouring their resources into a class where the weaker ones are constantly focused, while the stronger students are neglected. According to the UDSD website, our school consistently ranks in the top 10 out of 500 schools in Pennsylvania. We split up classes based on skill level, and this ends up benefiting all of the students because resources can be efficiently appropriated to each level. However, our school is considered a model of a successful suburban school, and this clearly cannot be said for all schools under the United States education system. For all these reasons and more, I urge you to vote affirmative.